Hi, my name is Jeff Cooper and I'm an attorney, and I've been helping clients protect their homes since 2010, but probably not how you think. Our clients come to us because they're looking for someone that can answer all their questions related to leaving behind a legacy, safeguarding their assets, lowering their taxes, and protecting their investments. And one of the most common questions that I get is, should I put my child's name on my home? Should I add their name to the deed because I want to protect my assets? And I understand how you feel. Many of our clients, one of their top concerns is what happens if an illness or the cost of long-term care really messes things up later on in life, and I really want to protect my home. I want to protect my home from my spouse, maybe, and definitely I want to leave it behind for the kids. It may be your biggest asset, and so if that's how you feel, and the cost of an illness or long-term care really has you concerned, then this video is for you. I'm going to talk about whether or not it's smart to put your child's name on the deed to your house. So I've got some notes here, and I'm going to cover a few things. So first of all, let's cover the pros. Why do people even consider putting their child's name on their house? And one of the first reasons is there's a type of a deed called joint tenants with rights of survivorship that will allow you to leave your house to your kids, and the house doesn't go through probate, so it avoids probate, right? And then also joint tenants with right of survivorship is also one of the several different types of creditor protection deeds, which means that it can protect your home from creditors, right? So those are the two reasons that people might consider using that type of a deed on their home. But what are some of the issues that type of a deed could raise, right? So there's several different ways you could put your child's name on the house. It could be tenants in common, joint tenants with right of survivorship. But regardless, if their name is on that deed, then you open yourself up to several different problems. So a couple of those problems are, what happens if your child gets divorced, right? If your child gets divorced, their name is on your deed. Guess what? Your house is a marital asset for them. And so your house could end up being split up in your child's divorce because you put their name on your deed. Number two is, what happens if your child runs up a bunch of creditors, right? If they have creditors, your asset, your house that their name is on, is now one of their assets that creditors can go after. What happens if a child files bankruptcy? They have to list your home as one of their assets because your home has their name on it, right? And then what happens if your child has another event like a car wreck and then they get sued? Your home is one of their assets if they get sued. And last would be your child's cooperation, which is, what happens if you decide you want to sell your house and buy a condo or downsize or something like that? Technically, your child's name is on that house. So they have to sign off on the sales price, and they could demand that they get part of the payment of the proceeds. Now, I know you would probably be thinking, well, Jeff, I would only put them on my house because I trust them and I trust them not to do that. Maybe that's the case, right? And so maybe that's not a concern of yours, but maybe some of the other concerns that we listed are something you should consider. So, what are ways that you could protect your house that don't include putting your child's name on the house? Well, one of those ways is you can use a trust, right? So you can use an asset protection trust built specifically for your home, right? So this type of a trust would mean that your home is protected in the event of a long-term illness or in the event that you go into a nursing home and qualify for Medicaid, right? In fact, the trust can help you to qualify for Medicaid. And so that is definitely one of the options that I like to recommend to people. And one of the other simple options that many people don't consider often is just simply insurance, okay? If you're concerned about a specific risk, very often insurance is one of the best ways to address that, and might also be a fairly cheap way. So if you're concerned about general risk, then maybe a general liability policy, right, or an umbrella policy. If you're concerned about long-term care risk, well, maybe a long-term care policy would take care of that, right? Now, long-term care policies can be more expensive, and definitely what I'm starting to say there is more expensive than a trust, right? And so trust might be the cheapest option for protecting your home, short of putting your child's name on it. So if you found today's information helpful, share the video with somebody, and if you want to reach out to us, I'm sure there's a way to contact us on this post somewhere. So take care.